welcome to the show. The Fred Dreyer Radio Show is on the air. The Fred Dreyer Show. I'm Michael Horn, along with J.D. Jeremy Dayton. Corey Marino is on assignment. I don't know where he is, bidding on some Shohei Ohtani baseballs or whatever. But the star of our show is a man we call Sultan, the Sultan of safeties. 2 safeties in one game in the same quarter. The legendary actor and great and the all-pro defensive end, the wonderful Fred Dreyer. How you doing, Fred?
Are you smoking nowadays? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you preparing yourself for the holidays?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Are you going to smoke a cigar?
A little too much.
I made a promise that I would at least light one up for old time's sake.
Really?
And yeah, exactly.
There, you lit one up.
Yeah, but everything it was good. I can't wait to get on with the rest of the year.
Yeah, hold on a second. You're a big cigar smoker. You haven't been smoking a lot lately. Is that the case? You're going to light one up for old time's sake? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I had a recommendation from a good friend of mine.
A doctor.
He just said, "Hey," he said, "if you want to make that next straightaway, you got to knock it off."
Well, now you were at my big birthday celebration, and I know you disappointed Chef Jeff of our staff because while not chefing as much lately, not drinking hardly at all, he is puffing on cigars, and I think he wanted you to go to the cigar lounge.
No, he asked me to. That's why I bring it up.
Did you go and light one up?
No, I did not. I did not go up there. I didn't want to be in the confines of
That's good.
Of smoking a peace pipe with people who weren't really fully committed as I was.
That's it. Then you come down and everybody goes, "Well, you smoking a cigar?" You go, "No," and you can smell it all over. It's good.
I was up there with Kate, but we didn't take a puff.
Was Kate smoking one? Did she?
No.
She light one?
She was avoiding the smoke.
She gave him up a while ago.
Oh yeah. I don't think she's ever.
That was the one thing you laid down before you got married, right? Was no more cigars, Kate. Correct?
Yeah, exactly. She was stinking up the house.
You didn't get any ultimatums, did you, from your newly?
Just a few, but it was all in Thai, so I'm still figuring out what they were.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's good.
You tell her that she should talk to me because I was in Thailand for 3 months.
Yeah, we'll find out about that when we return on the Fred Dreyer Show. Stay with us. Precious metals, gold and silver, are in early-stage bull markets. This, of course, is no surprise to former senior bank executive and #1 best-selling author John Truman Wolfe, who called these moves months ago. And no surprise either to readers of his widely heralded newsletter, StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com, where subscribers that have followed Wolfe's recommendations have profited handsomely. Wolfe subscribers have also been enlightened with his ongoing crypto recommendations, as well as key equities, which have also soared. Calling the right investments is one skill. Knowing when to take profits and enjoy winnings is another. John Truman Wolfe does both. Take advantage of the summer discount sale where prices have been reduced from $249 to just $99 per year. StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com. Subscribe today. Don't miss these bull markets. StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com.
Kohl's has 20% off gifts that are so good, your family might think you read their minds. Check off your list now with cozy, thoughtful, and stylish gifts that will make them say, oh, how did you know? Yep, with these presents from Kohl's, you're going to leave them feeling impressed and convinced that you're a psychic. Shop Kohl's for an extra 20% off gifts that are the perfect fit. Select styles. Offer ends November 22nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
What's better than a great conversation? How about a great conversation paired with unforgettable cheese? At Harmony Cheese, we don't just make cheese, we craft moments. Wisconsin-made, rich, creamy, bursting with flavor. Our cheeses turn any gathering into a celebration. Whether it's our fan-favorite cheddar or our bold new 6-pepper cheese, every bite is a harmony of taste and tradition. And now, CRN Talk listeners get an exclusive treat, 10% off your first order at harmonycheese.com. CRNtalk.com with the code CRNTalk. That's CRN Talk. Don't wait. Stock your fridge. Impress your friends. Just treat yourself. And with the holidays around the corner, our new gift boxes are the perfect way to say I care without saying a word. Wrapped, ready, and guaranteed to wow. HarmonyCheese.com. Taste the conversation. Share the love. That's HarmonyCheese.com. Say CRN Talk.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free gift. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Boy, that band is awfully loud today. Boy. Welcome back here to the Fred Dryer Show, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend. I'm Michael Horn, along with producer Jeremy Dayton, Corey Marino. Where is he, Jeremy? Is he on assignment today?
He's got a special holiday job he's got to do.
Oh, that sounds good.
So we're told.
He thinks raking leaves for the picnic.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Giant pile of leaves they can all jump in tomorrow.
One and only Fred Dryer. We're on, by the way, we should mention the Fred Dryer Show. Heard on radio stations around the country on CRNTalk.com network. Also on Sports Byline Radio, our flagship 790 KABC in Los Angeles. Sirius XM on the weekends, channel 217, XM channel 203. The Sirius XM app, channel 967. Check it all out here, and you can email Fred Dryer at CRNTalk.com. Fred Dryer at CRNTalk.com, as in Championship Radio Network, CRNTalk.com. All right, so Fred, you alluded to being in Thailand for 3 months. For those new listeners, not only was Fred Dryer a commanding presence in the world of sports, as an iconic sports fan. We'll get a note from somebody that watched you, Fred, when you were on the New York Giants. We'll read later in the show. You, of course, play with the Giants. You were on for a couple of breaths of fresh air with the New England Patriots, kind of sat there and then didn't get officially signed. And then you went it was the genius of the Los Angeles Rams to sign you to a fabulous career with the L.A. Rams. And then you went into the broadcast booth after you retired from football for a year. Then you went into television. And I got to tell you, first, I got to tell you this story. I'm watching TV the other night. The CW has a show called TV We Love, and they talk about historic classic TV shows. And of course, you were on Hunter for what was it, 8 seasons, Fred?
Yeah, 7 actually.
7 seasons. It seemed like 8, but never mind.
Well, you have a black and white TV. So
yes, that's right. I have to fine tune it every time it comes on. Thank you, Fred. Still with that caustic sense of humor, Fred Dryer. Okay, so they had I Love Lucy on. They had Happy Days. This week they featured Cheers. Now, you always told me, and maybe I should let you tell the story, you were up for that role in Cheers. Am I right? Tell the audience about that.
Oh, well, it came down to 3 actors, Ted Danson, myself, and William Devane. Remember Bill Devane?
Yeah, he sells gold now.
Yeah.
Among other
one of the
things
he does. And
he plays the president in a lot of things.
That's one of the low-profile,
but here's the deal.
High-profile.
You're not going to believe this. They didn't even mention William Devane. Here at the beginning of the show, and I'm saying this for all of your good fans there at Works For Me, the website there on Facebook, is at the opening of the show, it talks about the fact that the people, the writers and certain people wanted Fred Dryer. And there you are in your suit and tie. They're showing you on the screen. But then they tested Ted Danson, and they thought the chemistry with Ted and Shelley Duvall was so incredible, they hired Ted Danson. No mention of William Devane, but you on TV during this feature, smiling, looking like you had the part, sitting there. It was a big tribute to you. I thought that was very good, and I think if you guys would get off your rears and stand up a little bit, the work of an actor is never done. I can't, how was that? Did you get, when you go out for auditions, do you get nervous? I mean, you were known for Hunter doing all the shoot 'em up, serious stuff.
Nervous.
You what?
I was known for being nervous.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
No. Ted and I and William Devane, as
you can crank Fred up a little bit there.
It's I can hold on to it like I'm doing a bit here.
Yeah.
I had a friend in court over there at NBC, several of them, that wanted to promote me and get me into a show somewhere, and the people at Channel 4 and NBC and the whole likes of it was in my corner, and they liked Ted, and Ted was more of an established actor at the time than I was. I pretty much hadn't done anything at that point in time, but they really supported me, and we had a stage test between the three actors, as I said.
Yeah.
And we had it on the stage where they eventually started shooting the series. And so myself and Julia Duffy, remember Julia Duffy?
No, I don't. What did she star in?
Just a tiny little thing, cute girl, actor, and she was paired with me, and Ted and
Shelley Long.
Shelley Long, that's right. I kept saying Shelley Duvall, Shelley Long, and then William Devane was paired with another girl. And so anyway, the upshot of it all is that we tested. I felt real good about what I had done, but I didn't quite think that I was going to get something like that with someone like an established actor like Ted. But we talked about it and had a lot of fun, and it was a great experience. And I got to make a lot of friends, which is the number one thing you want to do in life, certainly.
Yes.
But it's the number one thing in that business. You know, you can hit, and then you can miss. You want to be able to have people respect you and like you when you miss. Because
then they used you in the series as Ted Danson's baseball buddy. You were in a few episodes, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I did 7 of those, but it was an awful lot of fun. I learned a lot in a short period of time. I was really fortunate to be able to be in the spot to do that.
Yeah, then went on to Land's End to do all that good stuff. So I just thought I'd bring that up. Now, you mentioned Thailand. That
I did,
because
didn't
Kate, you're betrothed, and your wife is from Thailand too. Am I right, JD?
That is correct. She is indeed from Thailand.
Now you spent 3 months in Thailand? Is that right?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, Fred did. Yeah, I spent 3 weeks.
Yeah, we spent some time there, and scouting and getting to know the land, and we got over there and we realized that a production company moving through the city of Bangkok at 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon is heresy. It's just you have to be crazy. The only way to get through it is on a motorcycle. And we couldn't put everybody on a motorcycle, so we used the Chao Phraya River as a highway. And we got these big tuk-tuks, machinery, rowboats with a little motor, a 2-horsepower motor on the back. Yeah. And we had a lot of fun over there, and the people were great. And
what were you shooting? What was the series?
It was an hour action movie produced by NBC, and it was everything that you do through the networks is always looked at as, okay, this could be a possible series, and that's when a lot of the networks were not just doing stage stuff here stateside, but we presented an idea, and I said, let us go to Bangkok, and we'll do a series for NBC out of Bangkok, which nobody was doing. I mean,
No,
I think the number one idea for a TV series was Don Johnson's
Miami Vice.
moving the production to Florida with that look. We had a look all of our own.
Well, you did Land's End. That was one of the first syndicated shows that you produced yourself. That was out of Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, right?
Yeah, that was another idea that we had that was going to that we thought could really be different. And if you have a opening in life, and everything, it takes such a long time. It's just magic when these things hit, and when they don't, it's a shame.
That idea you had to do it from my backyard cost me a lot of money and food.
But we shot the whole second act in your bedroom.
That was a short one. We'll be back.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-475-7125. 800-475-7125. That's 800-475-7125.
Savor the past and savor the glory days of Las Vegas. Enjoy 70 years of true Las Vegas history as 4 generations of family wait to greet you at the legendary Bootlegger Italian Bistro. Wine, dine, and experience Mama Maria's award-winning original recipes while surrounded by original family photos and celebrity memorabilia. Enjoy piano artistry nightly with music from the Great American Songbook in our main formal dining room. The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South. In the entertainment capital of the world, the Bootlegger Italian Bistro, open 7 days a week. 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South, in the entertainment capital of the world. It's Vegas, baby.
To break or not to break your stucco? That is the question that homeowners have to ask themselves. Do they want to do that? I think not. Hi, Aaron here from California Deluxe Windows. In more than 20 years, we learned how to make most beautiful, energy-efficient windows to make your home beautiful, comfortable, and more valuable. We do not break the stucco, and we install our windows so precise that your house can be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. For the best custom windows built right here in Southern California, call Aaron at California Deluxe Windows. Get 20% off your entire project and 1-year interest-free financing in Chatsworth and Santa Clara. 866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. CSLB number 774518. Some restrictions may apply.
The show that offers clean edits on commercials, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the one and only Fred Dryer radio show. You can leave the music up a little bit there. I'm Michael Horn, along with J.D. Jeremy Dayton, and the one and only star of our show, Fred Dryer. Plus, the boss is here. Our operations director, Mike Garey, came in. Mike, did we go over the line and say something wrong here on the show? Are we getting chastised for something here?
No, you guys are good. It's just actually time for the annual Thanksgiving edition of the F1 Corner. Time to check in, folks, with what's going on in the 2025 F1 Series. Max Verstappen has come surging back, racing back, no pun intended. He was out of the money when it comes to the Drivers' Championship. Right now, folks, he's only 26 points behind Lando Norris for the #1 spot for the Drivers' Championship. Everybody knows out there, I'm sure.
Hold on a second here. No. What the hell are you talking about, Fred? You got a clue on this one at all?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was unwrapping a fish sandwich. Go ahead.
You know what? Delicious fish sandwiches is at the Monaco Grand Prix, which actually Lando Norris did win. Lando Norris in front with 390 points. Everybody knows that McLaren's going to win.
Wait a minute. Lando Norris, didn't he star in Mission Impossible?
No, you're thinking of Star Wars. Actually, Lando Norris, he drives for McLaren, of course, and he is he's pretty dominant.
Rudy McLaren,
and I think he played second base for the Reds. And Lando Norris, of course, #1 right now, 390 points. We're just talking about the Drivers' Championship, the Constructors' Championship.
This is Formula One stuff. Are you right?
He must be related to Chuck.
Indeed it is. McLaren's going to run away with the Constructors' Championship right now. But Red Bull, after a tumultuous season, they fired Christian Horner, their team principal, because he got in a little hanky-panky, if you know what I mean. Brought somebody new in. Max Verstappen was a little bit upset. He was courted by Mercedes. Maybe go to Mercedes. He's come surging back, podium to the Las Vegas Grand Prix, now 366 points, tied with Oscar Pistorius, the other McLaren driver, and George Russell, who's very handsome, by the way. He's in 4th place, 294 points. Constructors' Championship, of course, we have McLaren running away with it, 756 points. Mercedes.
Any American vehicles in this?
No, but Cadillac will be in the grid next year.
How handsome is he?
He's quite handsome.
All right.
Now let me ask you this.
All of them are model handsome.
Let me ask you this. I got a flathead 1953 Mercury that can really pump up.
That qualifies.
I think it's got like 200 miles per hour in there. And I'm thinking if we work on that a little bit, Fred, maybe bore out the pistons a little bit.
If we give it an extra piston or two.
Man, you could really
well, as they do say, there's no replacement for displacement. However, these Formula One engines, 1.5-liter turbocharged with kinetic energy recovery systems, average about 900 horsepower. But unlike your Mercury and unlike us in the studio here, the F1 cars are exceedingly light, less than about 1,000 kilos, and it makes it an extremely fast car. And of course, Mercedes, #2 in constructors, Red Bull creeping back up, #3, Ferrari.
Are we racing these through the weekend? Is this what's going on through the weekend now? Is that what's happening here?
No, we're on an off week this week, and we will be returning back to action next week, I believe, in Baku. And Ferrari, they spent a lot of money, but 4th in the midfield, and Williams. Surprisingly, in the midfield, Williams' historic team, of course.
Ted Williams?
His frozen head, actually. And Williams, 121 points. And
his frozen head.
And then Red Bull's secondary team, #6, Haas, who actually is their office is right across the way from us here in the beautiful Southern
good
California.
Avocado, by the way.
They do, yeah, dimpled. Austin Martin, Lance Stroll, Mr. Stroll's team, the coach's kid, still in that seat. We don't know what's going on. Kiki Sauber.
Okay, let me stop you for a second, because I don't know much about Formula racing, but I will tell you this. I have seen some films. There was one with Ferrari with the most incredible crash scene I have ever seen in my life. And now the name of the movie escapes me, but it was out
Ford versus Ferrari, right?
No, it was right around that time. It was a different one. It wasn't Ford versus
Well, there
Ferrari.
was the actual movie called Ferrari with Adam Driver, directed by Ridley Scott, so perhaps that's your reference.
He talked about the family or whatever, and the thing, everybody was by the street, and the thing blew up and everything. That was an incredible race movie and got me a little bit into Formula cars because, it was like the 24-hour ride or whatever. They drove overnight, and they did the racing, that kind of thing. So
24 hours at
Le Mans.
Inglewood.
Inglewood too.
Inglewood? Yeah, well, that was you.
I had 24 hours in Inglewood with a woman named Candy a couple of years ago. That was a nice time. We'll talk about that sometime. Alex Albon goes to Williams. He's actually in 8th place right now in the points. And Nicky Hülkenberg, he went from Haas to Kiki Sauber. He's doing okay. And the biggest name of all, Lewis Hamilton, after leaving Mercedes, going to Ferrari right now in 6th place, 152 points. Who knows where his future holds? Of course, we mentioned Max, George Russell. Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, and of course, we're going to talk a little about Carlos Sainz, 11th place in Williams. Will he get a seat next year? Who knows? That is your F1 Corner presented by Mike Garey, CRN Digital Talk Radio. Rest in peace, Gordon Smiley, my cousin who was killed in Indy in the 1970s. So there you go, folks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Working a little too much. I blame Donald Trump for no tax on overtime, and Mike Garey apparently is working a few too many hours.
We're already talking to HR about that. Happy Thanksgiving, folks. Also, a reminder, mac and cheese shouldn't be on your Thanksgiving table.
Oh, don't tell that to Faith. She just made some amazing
Why wouldn't you have mac and cheese on your table? Come on.
Well done, Mike.
It's a hotly debated.
Adios.
That's a new segment.
All right, so we talked. Let's finish up about Thailand here a little bit, because you mentioned, Fred, you worked in Thailand. This was the story where you were having production meetings at the restaurant where the singer was performing Frank Sinatra music. Was that correct?
Poorly, I might add. That's the operative gag here. It was. We dubbed it. We recorded all this stuff. We dubbed it. Somebody's killing Cole Porter, and all these singers and all these piano players were rotated through the dinner. As they do in classy restaurants, which this was not one of. And so what we wound up getting was the people at my table said, "Fred, you've got to do something. You have got to do something."
You couldn't think, right?
I said, what, about
production meeting.
About this bad song? I said, well, it'll eventually, you'll see that he'll stop and move on, and then we can probably kidnap him and get him in a boat and get him out of here. And so they said, no, please fix this. So I got up in the middle of the song, and people were dancing and stuff, so I went over to the piano and I just said, I'm going to give you $20 to stop playing. And he took it. Which really
$20 in Thailand.
Me.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's
especially
right.
Back then.
How many baht is that?
It's like 33 today.
Yeah, well, there you are. So
$1 is 33 baht.
Yeah, so
it's a lot of baht.
So everybody was kind of scattered applause. They agreed with the move, and then the manager of the restaurant showed up and asked the piano player, whispered, says, "What the hell's going on here? We pay you to sing Cole Porter." And he just said, "Well, the tall guy over there told me, and he gave me $20." And they both looked over at me, and I waved, and I got up and went across the room. And they left, and they walked in the back, in near the service kitchen. And I thought that the guy was doomed. And so they just said, I wound up giving him $20. and it was a merry-go-round after that,
That's our Fred Dreyer, everybody. Fond memories there. This will be in the Fred Dreyer memoir book, or the autobiography. They're killing Cole Porter. That's a great story there for you. Well, what about
quite
football?
An eclectic segment.
This is Thanksgiving week. Now, you must have, in your storied career with the New York Giants and the Rams, you must have played on a few Thanksgiving Thursdays. What was that like? You're on the road, obviously. Maybe you played at home. Did you miss a lot of Thanksgiving dinners with these football games?
Well, I wasn't shocked to have missed them, because I'm not really
You're not a big
I'm not
dinner
a big
guy.
lover of the turkey,
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, because it's got
too many variations in
go
turkey,
to sleep with it.
Turkey eating.
Now, if they had salmon, that would be a whole different story.
Well,
right?
yeah, well, it would be different, yeah, but a duck is not my deal. A roasted chicken might have worked.
Yeah.
But the point is that we played Detroit. I think we played Dallas one day on Thanksgiving.
Detroit always plays, right? That's a tradition. They always play it.
Yeah, they pretty much do. And in talking with some of the players, they just another one of these things. They kind of run together. these holiday celebrations where, hey, bring your family. We'll watch the Saints pound the brains in of the Detroit Lions because they weren't very good at that point in time.
Yeah.
They had some good players, but they weren't very good.
Did you have a dinner afterwards in the locker room with the guys then? Did they,
I wouldn't touch any food that was in a bathroom.
In the bathroom?
Well, the showers in the locker room. We're not here celebrating, the disrobing of a football team.
So your preference is it playing on Thanksgiving? Would you rather play on Thanksgiving or not?
I would rather not.
Yeah.
And plus, you have to play on that AstroTurf, and
a lot of injuries.
Me and AstroTurf go back a long ways.
Oh yeah.
And our boys have put together a little list of injuries on AstroTurf. They're mounting.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people hurt in the league, right now.
When we come back, we'll talk about that. It's the Fred Dreyer Show, the #1 sports show in the nation. It is amazing here. The father of football with Fred Dreyer here helping us out, getting things going over here. Jeremy Dayton, yours truly, Michael Horn. Don't forget to email Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. Fred Dreyer, Dryer, at crntalk.com. Check out our good sponsors. We'll take a break, come back with more. Thanks to Mike Garey for bringing us the Formula One update. We'll be back.
How about that?
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
The Kahanapali Beach Resort on Maui is open, and we are welcoming guests. All properties are taking reservations now. Come visit. Go to kahanapaliresort.com. Experience Kahanapali Beach Resort on the tropical west side of Maui, just a short drive from the airport. All highways are open, a collection of relaxing resort properties, our award-winning beach, delectable dining, world-class restaurants, and activities for everyone. Snorkeling, surfing, sailboating, water sports of all kinds, beach and ocean dining, stargazing, beautiful sunsets every night, golf, sun, fun, food, wine, and all in paradise. Visit Kahanapali Beach Resort on Maui. Relax. Reservations are now available. Start with a visit to kahanapaliresort.com. That's Kahanapali resort.com. The Kahanapali Beach Resort is waiting for you.
You experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Welcome back. Now I'm getting an echo. All right, welcome back. It's the Fred. There we go. Thank you. It's the Fred Dreyer Show, the All-Pro defensive end, the acting legend. I'm Michael Horn, along with our producer Jeremy Dayton's, Corey Marino on assignment. Mike Garey just pops in here whenever he wants to. He's the boss, and we got Fred Dreyer, the All-Pro defensive end, the acting legend. Fred, we had a commercial there, a local commercial for Dr. Michael Sheps. He's a friend of yours and mine. You first and foremost, and you introduced him to me. And this guy is amazing with that hot laser when you got some problems like your back. In my case, it was an Achilles tendon. I was working on the hillside in my yard, and oh man, it was killing me. And they prescribed ultrasound. I said, wait a minute, what did Fred say? There's this guy that does this, and I'm telling you, like in 3 weeks, I was healed up. He's amazing, isn't he? This guy.
Well, I'd like to have him,
on the show.
Get a cot here, and he could be working on this while we're doing our show.
Now, I bring this up because this weekend, everybody was babbling about how great Matthew Stafford is, even though he had a bad back at the beginning of the season. Now, I don't know, patient-doctor confidentiality. What if, let's just do a what if Matthew Stafford had gone to Michael Sheps at the beginning of the season and gotten some treatment? Maybe that would have helped him with his great season that he's having. What do you think?
Well, there's a possibility of that. We don't know.
Big possibility. We might know.
Well, in all fairness, it's medicine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the hypocrite.
Isn't that something, though?
It's the hypocrite oath. You can't talk about that stuff, but I will tell you.
Y'all didn't think he was going to finish the season. Like, his back looked so bad preseason.
Yeah.
People didn't think he was going to make it 6 games.
He was walking around out in the field, and I asked him, what are you doing? He says, well, I left practice, and I'm just now getting to the locker room. He couldn't hardly walk.
And now he's having like his best season ever. It's
the best ever.
All I'm saying is if you have that kind of a problem, you might want to call Dr. Michael Sheps. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry to interrupt the promo.
SHEPS. You might want to make a call there because the guy's incredible. He really is, and he's a nice guy, too. All right, enough of that.
Combine that with some special cream from Thailand, the rub on the back.
Stop already, JD.
You're right.
Stop.
You got to have the cream.
I don't want to hear about any cream. All right, now they're talking about injuries. I don't know. We're going to talk about the games here in a second for the Sunday games. But Patrick Mahomes has announced an injury crisis in the locker room. I was like all in on Kansas City over Dallas, and I'm thinking that was the night game on Thursday. But I'm thinking, wait a minute, there's a lot of injuries here. If they get these guys together, yes, but Patrick Mahomes is he's nursing something, isn't he? Doesn't he have like a strained something or other in his thigh or something?
Wrong. Who knows what it is, but he's got something.
Everybody's got injuries, though. I mean,
he's got a groin strain. Now, when you have a groin strain, that's a big deal, man. That doesn't heal right away. And then the Kingsley Sumatea, is that it? The left guard, he had a concussion. They don't know. He's been cleared. We'll see if he's going to be okay. The cornerback, Shavarius Ward, he's maybe coming back. Linebacker Leo Chanel, remember Leo number 5? That's a good fragrance. Also, he's nursing a knee injury. He's had limited reps over there. So Coach Andy Reid is dealing with all this stuff. I mean, when you don't know, and a lot of this stuff is caused, Fred, by your favorite AstroTurf.
We mentioned that. We've mentioned that a couple of times. You're absolutely correct. And no matter what your injury is, the drag that is put on stopping and starting on AstroTurf makes things worse. It just goes right up the skeletal ladder, to your back, to your shoulders, to your lower back, 3 and 4, what do they call them?
3, 4.
What is
laterals? I don't know what they are.
Yeah. Anyway,
vertebrae.
But they vertebra. They can have a very disastrous effect that can last not only just the season, it can affect the rest of your life.
So let me ask you this question, Fred. The owners pay humongous amounts of money to sign these guys. why would they then, even though it costs more to go ahead and put grass in there, why would they not want to make sure their guys don't get injured instead of putting down the AstroTurf and the guys getting injured, then they're out for half the season?
Well, they don't want to be told what to do. It costs money to do it. And they've got relationships with the high schools and all this other stuff for other use other than football games, and they just do what they want to do. They don't want to maintain a field throughout the season for pro football.
Yeah.
And no matter who squawks about the detriment to the players, they've got multi-million dollars. Got $50 million invested in a quarterback for 1 year, and he's not in good shape. But miraculously, he recovered and is playing beautifully now.
Now, Shedeur Sanders had earned his first start. In fact, he became the first Cleveland Browns quarterback in 3 decades to win his first start as a rookie, but he said he's not comfortable as he prepares. He's been getting the nod for the second start against the 49ers now on Sunday. What'd you think of his performance over there? I thought, that was a pretty interesting game, and Shedeur Sanders has surprised a lot of people with Jeremy Dayton with a pretty good performance, didn't he?
I mean, if you look at the numbers, yes, but if you watch the game, because I made sure to watch the entire highlights of that game, he basically made 2 good throws all game. His one touchdown was a 1-yard screen pass that the guy took 66 yards to the house, and then he threw, he ran to the right and he rolled right and he hit a guy in a nice bomb. And that's the play everybody's showing, and that was nice. But I don't like Oakland, or Las Vegas was not blitzing him at all. They were just letting him sit back there. The Raiders, Las Vegas.
Worst team in football.
It didn't make any sense, but he threw a horrible interception. We'll see. That was one game against probably the worst team in the league, and everybody's jumping on a couple plays. If you take away those 2 big plays, it looks very, very not great. But we'll see. We'll see.
Myles Garret broke his own Brown single-season sack record with 17 plus. 24-10 was a score in that against the Raiders. So
that's what we should be talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The kid is. We'll see what he does. Fred, what are your thoughts on Shedeur Sanders?
Well, I didn't see the game, and I saw the highlight, and I you wish everybody good luck. I don't know. I wasn't in on the ground christening of what a bust this kid was. I don't know if that's true. Don't know if it will be true, or if his lack of performance will show up down the road. But the truth will come out, believe me, and let's hope he stays healthy and he does well. He's got 6 more games, I guess. It is 6 or 7 more games.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
We just want humility, that's all. There's just no humility.
Now, Stephen A. Smith, I don't watch his stuff over there. Sometimes people are a little over the top. And apparently Super Bowl champion Chris Hogan called out Stephen A. Smith, quoting Chris Hogan. He said to get off the ego train, because Chris was addressing the recent controversial comments that Stephen A. Smith made towards the New England Patriots quarterback Drake May. By the way, the Patriots playing very good football. Mm-hmm. Smith called May a liar last week for saying he didn't know the former NFL MVP turned TV commentator Cam Newton appeared on ESPN's First Take. Who cares?
Right.
I mean, right? What's the big deal about that, Fred? Sometimes these guys are full of themselves, aren't they?
Well, that's their job, to be full of themselves and to get ratings and have people listen to them and so forth and so on.
Go on Jimmy Kimmel. It's a good show.
I used to get questions about, Fred Rogan on Channel 4 said, I don't care what anybody said. If he's not wearing a uniform sitting next to me on a Sunday, I don't want to talk to him.
That's it.
Well, one of the issues with it, though, is that Cam Newton was a former quarterback. He was an MVP quarterback. Drake May's having an MVP caliber season right now. The Patriots are out of nowhere 10-2. He's only 24 years old. He's getting like Cam Newton was calling them out being fool's gold, kind of questioning Drake May if it was real, when it's like, you played that position. Why are you calling him out? And all Drake May was asked was, have you heard the comments about being fool's gold or whatever from Cam Newton on First Take, and have you watched that show? And he just answered honestly, and it's like they had this major ego. They just had to respond and start attacking him. It was just ridiculous. And I hate to say this, but it's so blatant. I love when he talks about Lamar because he loves Lamar, but it's like we're so racially divided. It's hard not to think that plays a component, because there's a lot of people that love to attack and hate Lamar. Cam Newton's never one of them. But then when you get your ego so attacked just by somebody claiming not to know what show you're on, it just shows like the.
Wait a minute. He got upset.
Well, Cam Newton was with Stephen A. Smith. They were both talking about it.
They were there talking about
they were on First Take
about the incident, and they. So they got their nose out of joint because their expertise was being challenged.
Well, because Drake May claimed to not know that he was on that show. It's like, how can you not know I'm on this show? I'm Cam Newton. I'm on First Take. It was ridiculous. I mean, to his credit, Ryan Clark, who I don't always agree with, he said, no, you're overstepping, Stephen A. He called him and said, no, that's not right. You can't be attacking him like that and calling him a liar. So he called it out, but there's so much ego on TV, it just gets old.
No ego on this show.
It's just tiring. You can't.
None.
Let me ask you this. I love Bill Belichick, right? He's coaching Carolina there, North Carolina. So apparently, some teams in the NFL are looking at Bill Belichick. In particular, the Arizona Cardinals and the team you played your first three seasons with, the New York Giants. They reached out, but Belichick shut down the rumors. Said he won't pursue any NFL coaching jobs, and he emphasized his respect for the Giants, but made clear he's staying put with the people he made a commitment to North Carolina. What do you think? That's what I would think Belichick would do. That's why he's a good coach.
It's hard to think that he's not staying in the news so much because of his what seems like a failure at North Carolina while he's dating a 25-year-old, somebody that could be his great-granddaughter.
He's building the team, Fred. What are your thoughts on that, Fred?
Well, I don't know what he wants to do. I don't talk to Bill Belichick.
There you go.
And, I don't care what he does, but whatever he's doing, he better do it better.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani, they're making a big deal out of the fact that he tips his cap. He's a real gentleman on the field, but he stopped tipping his cap to the guy who retired from the game now, San Diego Padres skipper Mike Schilt, and he didn't because they had a brawl on the field. The managers, everybody came out on the field, so he didn't tip his cap. What's the big deal? The guy's probably a jerk for coming on the field. Fred, your thoughts there? I mean,
I don't have any thoughts. This is a. There we go. This is a juvenile conversation.
And A-Rod going in the Hall of Fame, they say he might get in again now because he was in the steroid era legacy, and so he might get a chance to get in there. I don't care. Once again, that was on Stephen Smith's show that they talked that Bud Selig is the Hall of Fame. He was being voted on while they had the PED era. Stars like Bonds, Clemens, Sosa, McGuire, and himself were excluded.
So what is Stephen A? What is he saying?
Wait. It was just A-Rod on Stephen A's show, and he was calling out the hypocrisy of Bud Selig, who was the president of MLB at that time, or the commissioner during that time, getting into the Hall of Fame, but none of the guys who drove the engine of the league because of PEDs are not being let in.
Oh, this is, let everybody in and put an asterisk explaining your opinion.
That's a good idea.
Attention, those of you looking to go on a fun vacation and see the world on the cheap. Today, the U.S. dollar is worth even more in other countries, so there's never been a better time to travel outside the USA. The dollar is worth over $1.30 in Canadian dollars, and it's the same for Australia. You can fly there today and have fun and maximize your travel dollar. Your U.S. dollar is worth over $3 in Brazilian reals, and it's worth over $18 in Mexican pesos. Plus, in Argentina, it's worth over $27 in Argentine pesos. Just think of the bargains you'll get. And the way you get the cheapest airfare to any destination is by calling Tickets That Cheap. Save up to 75% on your foreign vacation tickets. Don't wait. Call now.
802-317-1979. 802-317-1979. 802-317-1979. That's 802-317-1979.
1 out of 2 Americans thinks their life is worthy of a book. Here's another startling stat. You may be one of the 15% of people who bothered to start your book and one of the 6% that got halfway through it, but your gem of an idea likely died. Or did it? Some published authors are making significant money, so join the ranks of the successful people that finished their books with help from Dorrance Publishing. Call right now, and our experienced editors and writers will explain to you what it's going to take to get your book completely written, published, and then taken to market to sell it. It's a free consultation, so call right now. Find out how much time and money it takes to finally get that book idea of yours published. Make your dreams happen. Call Dorrance Publishing right now.
800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. That's 800-786-1468.
This is baseball's Ron Say. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers, but the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you will have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to the short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Get your set of Michelin Defender 2 tires at Hank's Tires, 19951 Ventura Boulevard in Woodland Hills. Call my buddy Steve Goldberg at 818-340-4200. That's 818-340-4200. Hank's Tires is also built to last. Hank opened Hank's Tires in 1953, and we are the oldest tire and auto repair shop in the San Fernando Valley with 100% customer satisfaction. Hank's is AAA approved for all of your auto repair needs. Call Hank's Tires at 818-340-4200 and tell them Ron Say sent you.
Welcome back to the Fred Dreyer Show. Mailbag here, Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. Kevin writes, hello, Fred. I'm a Giant fan since the early 70s. Grew up in the Bronx. My father took me to Yankee Stadium back when you played with Duan, Tucker, Tarkington. We'd go on the Saturday practice before home games. We met you and some teammates after the Saturday walkthroughs a few times. I read in an interview with you in the past saying, playing at Yankee Stadium was one of your proudest moments as a football player. So he wants to know, who were your teammates in New York, and did you get to play with Brad Van Pelt? He said he's pretty sure he was drafted in 1973, and the guy watches you on our YouTube channel at CRN Talk every week. Your thoughts?
Well, Kevin, thank you very much for the letter. Playing in Yankee Stadium was a kid's dream. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I never thought that being in California, born and raised, would ever see the light of day of Yankee Stadium, and it was a great opportunity to be a part of that tradition of so many other great football players and baseball players. The Yankees played there, and it was just fantastic. I didn't play with Brad Van Pelt. He was after me. I left in after the 71 season, and he was there a couple of years after I left, and then shortly after that, the Giants moved to Connecticut, up to Yale Bowl, and finished out the season for a couple of years while the Giants built their stadium out in the Meadowlands. So we had a lot of fun. Those were good days, and the Giants moved. They got a great stadium, but they were still not a very good team. So that's that.
A lot of good Facebook comments there on Facebook Live, JD.
Yeah, a lot of hellos. Rachel Jones, G. Shelley, Nikki Blitz, Maggie Orpin. Hello, Thanksgiving. Jenny Wilcox, Pamela Johnson. She said Julia Duffy from Minnesota. Starred in the Bob Newhart and Designing Women later, and a few more that we don't have time. We'll get them to them next week.
Yeah, hold on. We'll get them on them next week. That's our show. If you missed anything, log on to our website at crntalk.com, to FredDryerShow.com, and email Fred Dryer at crntalk.com. Final thoughts from you, Fred Dryer?
Well, I like it when people listen to the show and then call in, and it's great to...
if anyone should ask, you're listening to CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. 2 National Guard members from West Virginia are in critical condition after being shot near the White House.
Investigators say it appears to be an ambush. The unidentified